A big congrats on Leonor Will Never Die. I mean, or, hindi mamamatay si Leonor. It's an affecting magical
Uh-uh.
realism movie that's grounded in reality, and I love it.
Thank you. Thank you. Ang ganda ng background. I mean, I love the background. English pala. Ayan.
Oh, thank you. So, Miss Martika,
Thank
I
you.
suspect that the filmmaker behind this film, you, loves cinema, specifically the action movies of the 70s and 80s. Am I right? I mean, give us the genesis of the film. What got you interested in writing and
Right.
directing the film?
Um, I think I'm interested in cinema in general, not just Philippine cinema, but world cinema. And growing up, I would watch a lot of films on television. Like in our home, my mom would play VHS tapes. And in the Philippines, I know you're familiar with this. It's a common thing to watch action film replays in the afternoon, and you see it everywhere in the
Yeah.
community, in the sari-sari store, in the bus. And it's that moment where you gather around with your family and then watch something on television. So it's something that I really remember from my childhood, and it's an experience I treasure. And so while making Leonora, I wanted it to feel like a love letter to that experience, a love letter to the idea of watching something collectively with a group of people. And I think it's also a manifestation of how I see life as one really long film that we keep on writing and revising until it's complete. So to answer like where did it start, it's I think a lot of things. It's an existential crisis. It's my fascination with cinema, and it's also how I think cinema affects us as people.
Yeah.
I guess
So
it's
let's
that.
talk about the structure of your film, though. Tell us what made you frame the film like a movie within a movie, ang pagbabalik ng kwago. Tell us where that idea came from.
The structure was a natural instinct. I think very randomly. I write very randomly. Usually with my scripts, it starts with images I'd like to have on film. And when I write these images down, that's where I try to bridge them into an accessible narrative.
Yeah.
So I wasn't really conscious of making it a film within a film within a film. I just knew I wanted to have multiple narratives
Yeah.
for sure. And I think I've always been interested in wanting to watch something and make something and then making it suddenly feel like it's a different world. You
Yeah.
know how when we have daydreams or dreams, like we're here, I'm here talking to you, and suddenly I think of myself as a snail. So things like that. That's how my brain operates. And so when I write and make films, it's naturally like that.
Yeah. Wow. You know what, by the way, I just want to tell you something. When I was watching the film, you brought up a phrase that I haven't used in a long time.
Mm,
Pexman.
that's
Term Pexman. I'm like, oh my God, I haven't used that in a long time. Thank you for bringing back that memory.
thank you.
You know what? So,
Sila yon.
yeah.
Yeah, it's the
Oh,
actors who actually come up with their lines sometimes.
wow. So
Yeah,
it's partly improv then.
yeah, it is. And in many ways, improv not just in their performances, but improv in how I direct, improv in how we shoot
Wow.
scenes.
That's
Right.
amazing. And speaking of your
Thank you.
actors, I mean, I love Sheila Francisco as our grandma action hero. Seldom seen in movies, right? How did you zero in on her?
If you meet her, you would naturally zero in on her. I did have a lot of actors read the script, and
Wow.
it's Sheila who embodied my idea of Leonor the closest. And she also used to work in the production industry. She's a great singer, she's a great actress, but this is her first film. And what I like about her is that I think a lot of our philosophies about life are similar. And so I was naturally drawn to her. And also, she's interested in pursuing this grandma action star in a macho genre. So we're both adventurous in that way. And so we got along well. And it felt that she was perfect. And she is. After seeing the film, she really carried everything.
You know what I love? By the way, I just want to tell you this. You know, you're right. It's like the Filipino action movies I used to see as a child, complete with those hot motel sex scenes.
That is true.
So you know what? And then you know the whole thing, right? So you did it. You created this film from the heart, and then Sundance happened. A big congrats on that, by the way. I mean, the film winning
Thank
the World
you.
Cinema Dramatic Spirit Special Jury Award for Innovative Spirit, the first Filipino filmmaker to do so. So, oh my God, fantastic,
Thanks.
fantastic. So,
Thanks.
how did it feel winning the award, and why does it mean? What does it mean for you as a filmmaker?
How did it feel? Felt weird. Still feels weird. It's unlikely that a first feature by a young female filmmaker gets screened in Sundance, and more so, even we're getting recognized for it. So we're really happy. We feel very lucky. I feel scared. I feel pressured,
Yeah.
because I know that, with this recognition, there's also a responsibility to actually continue doing good work or better work, or work that should reflect, more of the Philippines. And I'd like to take good care of that. So it's a mix of both, happy and, nervous, I
Yeah.
would say. But I'm overwhelmed by how far our film has, come. And this is all a surprise to us, but we're happy that the Filipino stories resonated to people all over the world. We didn't expect it, so we're so happy.
Oh, and then the Independent Spirit Award nomination as well. Wow.
Yeah, that's super weird. I mean,
Yeah.
I think you understand where I'm coming from. It's a small production. It's an independent film. We have no international co-productions. It's probably the smallest film in the category. It's made by friends. We didn't have the biggest superstars in the Philippines. It's my first film. And so it's all the unlikely reasons. And then we're here. And so, like, wow, so
It's
lucky and so thankful.
it's the little film that could, and it's really because of your movie. I mean, it's so fresh, and it's fresh to the eyes of the Western world as well. And I love, 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 love it. You know what?
Thank you.
At its heart, the movie to me, I think, is a mother's love. Am I right?
It is. It is not just a mother's love. It is about love, and it is made from love. And I think that's the specific quality why it resonates so much with people. It's that small film with a lot of heart. And in a world where things are so expensive, stories are sad, we had the pandemic, to have this little heartful, joyful film just makes people cheer up a bit when they see it.
You know what? You mentioned it a little bit, that being a female filmmaker. I mean, it's rare in the American culture, but it's more rare in our culture in the Philippines, right? So, I mean, this must all be kind of daunting.
Oh, it is daunting. And it wasn't easy, being a young female filmmaker making a macho genre film that's ultra ambitious. So we had our share of obstacles along the way. We didn't find the support we needed. We found it through little investors, through people who believed in our previous work and my producer's work. But we had to work extra hard just to find pockets of support. And even when we were shooting, we didn't have the right budget. And so if I'm going to make a next film, I wanted to have a good budget just so
Oh,
everyone would be compensated in the best ways possible.
that's right. Good luck on that one. So,
Oh, thank you.
Leonor Will Never Die is being released on November 26th or 25th. What do you hope for viewers to get after watching the film?
Um, I like them to reflect on anything about the film after watching it. I mean, it's bombarded with so many ideas, so many characters, so many situations, and I hope that at least one part of the film resonates to them as people. I'd like them to remember any part of the film. I'd like them to smile at some point while watching the film. And yeah, I have very simple dreams for it. And so I hope, I mean, in our US release, we find the audience we're looking for. To be honest, it's hard, but I'm happy that we have a growing audience, and we just had a release yesterday and the day
Yesterday.
before yesterday, and it was great. we had three like fairly good screenings. I love the Q&A. I love the cinema, and so I'd say it's a good start.
So, Miss Martika, is the film being released in the Philippines? I mean, a film like this is a true gem, not what we expect from a Filipino filmmaker, from a Filipino filmmaker.
Yeah, and since it's unconventional, we already know that it's not for everyone. And we were smart about that, I think. So I decided to not release it commercially because a film like this would not do so well. So what we're doing is we're targeting the certain areas who might like to see the film, and so we had limited screenings. Right now, we're in partnership with FDCP for regional screenings, and we're doing okay so far. But in the city in Metro Manila, it's been hard. We realized most of the people who went were our family and friends, and so they saw the film already, and so we started. The audience faded, and now we're pulling out from cinemas. But I hope after like this US run or the Independent Spirit Awards, we have more traction. And next year, I think we have to have a 7-day release in the Philippines. So I hope people get interested in watching it. I'm not sure how, but it really helps when people talk about the film. So thanks for having this interview. I
Oh,
hope it helps yeah,
you're
to
so
get us
welcome. I am
noticed.
supporting this. To be honest with
Thank
you, and
you.
I'm telling this to you, Miss Martika, I'm putting this on one of my top 10 best films list this year. It's so fresh
Oh wow, thank
and vivid.
you.
And really, I think this is a great companion piece to Everything Everywhere All at Once. I mean, two older Asian ladies doing everything they can in
Yeah.
their metaverses. You know what I mean?
Yes, I know, and we want the success that that film has reached, and we're trying to study how do we get those people who saw that film watch Leonor,
Yeah.
because I think they're distant relatives. Of course, it's a bigger, greater film, but we think that they share the same audience, so we hope we find them.
Oh, well, good luck on
Yeah,
all of that, Miss Martika.
thank
Any
you.
thoughts on your future film, or are you kind of just concentrating on Leonor Will Never Die right now?
Yeah, I want to make the next film ASAP, and it's a three films in one, three
Ooh.
different films that feel like one, and so it's gonna be exciting. I think it's a much better, exciting film than Leonor. So let's see. I hope people
Oh,
watch it. Yeah.
yes. Fingers crossed on that. And I
Yes.
hope to talk to you about that movie later on, okay?
Yes. Thank you, Manny, the
Oh,
movie
a big, big,
guy.
big congrats on Leonor Will Never Die. Again, it's an incredible journey into finding oneself with a satisfying twist, by the way.
Wow. Salamat.
Walang
Thank
anuman,
you.
and I cannot wait for our kapamilya, our fellow Filipinos, to see this brilliant movie.
Thank you. Nood kayo, please.
Oh, maraming salamat again, Martika, and good luck on everything, okay?
Thank you, Mr. Manny, the movie guy. Sobrang thank you.
See you soon.
Okay.